Hey gang, Mocha Boy here. With all the TH9s focusing on AQ Healer, GoHo, CB GoHo attacks, we have some of our TH10s working on some of their own attacks. So Hutch, who's recently come into his 40/40 heroes, has been practicing 4 Golem Hog attacks. I have personally, I'm still fairly new to Town Hall 10, so I'm not completely up to speed on all of the different attack styles. But from what I understand, the whole the whole concept of this type of attack, and let's take a look at the base that he was able to 3-star. Um, the whole concept of this attack is to take out or is to tie up the multi-target Inferno towers, and then have the hogs move around the perimeter of the base, old school style. It's a question of just getting your kill squad or your Inferno distraction squad into the core of the base, and then keeping them alive long enough, for their hogs to do their thing. So in this case, he starts with 4 golems, like right off the bat, and he deployed the golems in such a fashion that they're tying up multiple defenses, but not all of those defenses are keyed in on one particular golem. And that's an important thing to note. Like, you don't want 7 defenses on one golem. If you can have 4 golems each tanking a single point defense, that's usually ideal. So one giant to get into the core. He's got his heroes. He's got his heroes tying up this one Inferno tower plus those two expos, which is going to be key. And yes, they're deadly, but you're talking about, like, what is it, 40 or 50 DPS on something that has like 4,000 hit points. So it's kind of like tickling them. Um, he immediately goes to work deploying those hogs. And then as far as keeping up with them, this is just an old school hog raid, just keeping up with the hogs, dropping the heals where you need to, but keeping them out of the range of those Inferno towers, and then dropping in reinforcements wherever you need. And that one group of hogs was able to run gangbuster through the perimeter of this base, which accomplished a couple of things. I mean, apart from taking down the point defenses, it's also relieved DPS pressure on the Inferno distraction squad in the core, and they're dealing with very small, relatively small amounts of DPS. In the core, whereas the hogs are taking the brunt of all of the high DPS point defenses on the exterior of the base, and he is able to go through and 3-star this base with just his monstrous heroes and his expert cleanup work here in the end. So again, a fantastic attack. I'm hoping that we can practice some of these more in actual war settings. What we've been trying to do is we've been trying to have the low TH10s hit as high as possible to free up the TH10s to attempt 3-star attempts, to try 3-star attempts on lower TH10 bases. From a strategic perspective, that's about as ideal as it can get. But I mean, obviously, it depends on the base. It depends on a lot of other things. But that's what we've been trying to do. So fantastic execution there. Very entertaining to watch. Hoping to see more soon.